Hey YouTube, does GraphQL support offline usage? GraphQL is a query language for web APIs, and in that sense, by definition, only works online. However, offline support on the client side is a valid concern. The caching abilities of Relay and Apollo, for example, might already be enough for some use cases, but there isn't a popular solution. So let's just try to think about this one. The GraphQL that we see before, it doesn't inherently support offline usage as it is a query language and runtime for executing queries over a network. However, the ability to use GraphQL APIs in an offline environment largely depends on the client-side implementation. Several strategies and tools can be employed to enable offline functionality in application using a GraphQL. The first thing that I want to talk about, which will be the client-side caching. So in this one, we have the caching queries like GraphQL clients like Apollo client can cache query results when offline, and an application can use cache data to display previously fetched information. Example for that, Apollo client cache can be configured to return cache data if a network request fails. We have number two, which is the optimistic UI updates. And the predicting mutation in offline scenarios, mutations like create, update, delete operations can be predicted, and the UI can be updated optimistically. In terms of the reconciliation, once back online, any optimistic updates are reconciled with the server actual response. We have also service workers. So in the background sync, service workers can be used in web applications to cache GraphQL queries and mutations when offline and sync them when the network is available again. In terms of the progressive web apps, and in terms of the progressive web app, they often utilize service workers for offline support, making them good fit for GraphQL based application. In terms of the local state management, store data locally, like the application can manage a local state that mirror several data using technologies like IndexedDB, local storage, or SQLite in mobile apps. In terms of like you can change it to the local stale or synced with the server with when the application goes back online. We could also talk about the network status detection, like monitoring and connectivity. Like you can implement network status detection to switch between online and offline modes. Also, you can use a conflict resolution, like handling data conflicts. When an application goes back online, there might be conflicts between the locally modified data and the server. Implemented conflict resolution strategies to handle these cases. Let's take an example for Apollo client. Like in Apollo client, you might configure it to use local cache for reading data when it's offline. For this one, let's just try to see this example here. It's a pretty straightforward example. We import Apollo client, we import in-memory cache, HTTP link, and Apollo link, and we have the HTTP link. For example, this is our server, or our URL of our server. We create a cache, we create an instance of in-memory cache. After that, we have the error link. It basically will be Apollo on error link that will show when we have a network error, will we handle offline situation here. And after that, we can have link to is Apollo from, and we have the error link and HTTP link. And after that, we created our client, and we have the cache again. So right now we can have like you can think it's a basic example of Apollo client that can work offline. So in conclusion, while GraphQL itself does not provide offline capabilities, through the use of sophisticated client-side logic and caching mechanism, it's possible to build a GraphQL-powered application that function effectively in offline scenarios. This involves careful planning around data caching, synchronization, and conflict resolution. So that's it for today's video. I hope you like my content. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and see you in future problem.